Hey peeps, welcome to today's video, and it's March and I'm going to be doing my March lookbook, and that never happens. I have been really busy in March and I've got loads and loads of stuff done, so I've got lots to show you. The majority of it is selfish sewing. The new someone's shirts have not been made. I've not even measured him yet, but I'm doing that tomorrow. I have got working on Tracy's coat, which is the big one that I showed you the muslin of, and I'm also working on Holly and Katie's dresses, both of which are cut out, so they should all be got done by the end of this week. But today, as I say, I wanted to show you what I've managed to get done for myself. So if you were watching on my vlog that went up on Monday, I'm trying to remember when everything was, I got this dress finished, and it's the So La-Di-Da Sweetheart dress with the square neckline in the dark navy with red roses stretch cotton that I got from Fabric Time at the Knitting and Stitching show. And I love this dress, it is so comfortable. I really like the pattern as well. I graded between a size 10 bust, 8 waist and 14 hips. I probably could have gone down to the size 6 waist, and I probably will alter the pattern slightly because having sewn it up, I still took in 5/8 of an inch off both sides of the waist. This is stretch cotton, but there's no actual tautness on this fabric as I'm wearing it, but I will show you that. I will put in a little clip of me wearing this outside for you. Yeah, I lengthened the bodice or just above the waistline. The waistline's drawn in for you, so basically what I did with that is I measured an inch up, chopped that in half, added an inch, no, 3/4 of an inch of extra length in the torso, and then just sort of smoothed the lines out for that. And I also added 2 inches of length to it. And I've done my usual bias binding hem, so it's a very narrow hem on this one, and I think it's a really nice length on me. I will definitely be making this dress again. I will be making more versions of it. Oh, I also chopped the sleeves off a bit shorter. The sleeves are meant to be below the elbow, but the pattern calls for 3.5 meters of fabric and I only had 3, and so I tried 5 or 6 different ways of pinning everything down, and the best I could do was to have shortened sleeves if I wanted to get all the bodice panel, the proper dress panels out of it. But I quite like this length sleeve, so yeah, I'm really happy with it. And before I move on to what I'm wearing, I just wanted to show you very quickly the insides of this dress. And I will actually insert a close-up of that down here for you. As you will probably know from my by hand London Anna dress lookbook of all 22 ones that I've made, I don't really like facings. This So La-Di-Da pattern had called for a facing, which I have done and used bias binding on, and I actually don't mind how this has turned out. My big problem was, what do I do with the insides, because it's got princess seams which obviously curved, and you need to notch those to make sure that it curves and lies nicely. Did a bit of research, saw Eliza Lex's post on the By Hand London blog about French seaming princess curves, and it was to do the 3/8 of an inch seam first, trim it down really closely, and then sew with the 1/4 inch seam allowance for closing the French seam, and it's worked really well, and the inside of this dress are beautiful, if I say so myself. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. I think I may line this dress going forward, just because I've been trying to wear my slip with it today, and I need to make myself some new slips actually as well, because the one that I have got is a racer back, and it's a really annoying neckline that just shows after a while of wearing stuff. But yeah, I think if I line these dresses, then they'll be a little bit more wearable in the winter months anyway. Anyway, enough waffling about that. So, if you've watched my Red Nose Day weekend vlog, you will have seen this dress already. I finished it, I think, on the Friday and was wearing it on the Saturday, and I absolutely love it. It's the textured jersey from the Textile Centre with this really large floral print on a white background, and I will insert a clip of me wearing it down here. Yeah, I bought 3 meters, and I've used the McCall's pattern that I cannot remember the name of, but I will insert a picture of that pattern here for you. Yeah, love this dress. I think this is the nicest one that I've done so far. I added an extra, so I've added 1.5 inches in total to the length of the torso, so it now sits on my actual waist, which is great. The first one I did what the pattern said, just turned down the neck and sewed it down, didn't like that. The next one I added a neckband, but I didn't take off the seam allowance, so it's kind of a weird higher neckline. So this one I've taken the seam allowance off, and I think it's my favourite as yet. So yeah, really pleased with that. And because I'd ordered 3 meters of this fabric, so yeah, I had enough fabric left out of the 3 meters to make the seam work Astoria out of it as well, and I will insert a clip of me wearing that down there for you. I think that is going to be my kind of go-to jersey top pattern for this time of year. I love it. It's a cropped jumper with long sleeves, and it takes just over 1 meter of fabric to get it done, and yeah, completely in love with it. So there's quite a few to show you of these this month. So I'm not going to put all the Astorias on to show you up here, but I will insert clips of them, of me wearing them, so that you can see what they look like on. Next one that I did was the large rose panel fabric that I got again from the textile centre. I made a long roll neck, what turned out to be dress from that, and it didn't look right on me, so I've donated it to my niece, and she's already worn it and loved it, I believe. So well, she said so on Instagram, so it's got to be true, right? But I had enough again left over from 3 meters to make another seam work Astoria. So the next Astoria that I did was out of the sparkly teddy bear fabric that I got in the Goldhawk Road when I was up in London. I made like a kind of a roll neck on this one, which I really love. The thing that I'm not loving is that I used some ribbed jersey for the cuffs and the waistband on it, and it's really flimsy, and yeah, I don't like that bit. So I'm going to take that off and reattach new cuffs and a new waistband. But for now, this is the comfiest and cuddliest jumper ever, so I'm really pleased with that one. Next up, I have got the sweatshirt material that I got from Guthrie & Garney. Okay, I've said it like a million different ways and I have no idea which one's right. I love this, and if you've been watching my vlogs, you will have seen me wearing this a lot. I made this in, I think this takes about an hour to make once it's all cut out, so probably 2 hours in total, well, hour and a half in total. Yeah, this is so comfortable. I love this fabric so much. Some people say it looks dirty, other people are like, oh, it's fabulous. I don't care, I like it. Very happy with that one. And the final Astoria that I've got to show you was again left kind of the remnants of the 3 meters or 3 panels I got of this fabric, which again is from the textile centre, and it's the Regency Ponte with the gold lurex design on it. Now, lots of different people are seeing different things on this one. I think it's a panda face in there. I think it's really cute. But yeah, I absolutely love this one. I'm really pleased with how this came out. So yeah, this is the second time I've cut this one out, and the first time around I wasn't really paying attention to the print on the fabric that I had left from cutting out the first dress I made out of this stuff, and it turns out that I didn't have enough fabric to cut out the sleeves with identical designs on them. So I was like, oh well, that's fine, I'll just use the interior of the fabric and use that as the sleeves, because you know the interior of the fabric's really nice, and it is, but it looks really weird kind of with this creamy body with the gold sort of lurexy sleeves on it. So I'm really pleased that I managed to get one of these out of what I've got left of this fabric. And what I made with this fabric is, so the original plan for this Ponte, which is from the textile centre, I think I've said that already, was to make the McCall's dress with the shawl collar, which I did, and I was going to use the wrong side of the fabric as the contrasting collar, and then the detail on the sleeves, and then the fitted skirt. And the reason I'm not showing you this on me is because it's a really light colour, and it just makes me look like I've been stuffed into a sausage tube. It's not good. It's really not good. I mean, I'm pleased with the construction of this, because I'm trying to work out what they wanted me to do with the collar was a bit weird, and then when I worked it out, it was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And then I was like, but you're stupid, I'm going to do it my own way, which I did. I did my very first narrow rolled hem on my overlocker, which I love and will be using again. But yeah, I just, it's not very flattering, and I'm not going to show you me wearing this because no, it looks awful. And yeah, I don't like the pattern. I don't like the big drapey collar on me at all. The only thing I liked about this one was the sleeves. Other than that, really, yeah, just bad. So I ordered myself another 3 panels of this fabric. That was the one that I'd cut the original Astoria out of when I was like, oh yeah, just flip the sleeves around, and it was like, learn from your mistakes, Sean. You didn't like the way that the contrasting fabric looked against each other, don't do it. But I did. Yeah, so I ordered 3 more panels of this Ponte because it's only £4 a metre, and it was like, I really love the print, so I wanted to wear something from it. And I made the McCall's, which I cannot remember the number of, but again, the same one that you saw earlier in that textured jersey. And I put on a gathered skirt because the print on this runs across the on the cross grain of the fabric. Yeah, that's right. On the well, it runs across the fabric. I know what I'm talking about, I'm sure you do too. It runs across the fabric, and I was thinking, you know, gather it down. It's what I do with woven prints, so yeah, just gather it down, it'll be fine. Kind of cheated and had a look at the Monetta sew along because I knew that had a gathered skirt, and it wasn't the way that I was going to do it, so I'm glad that I did check. It's worked really well, but I'm not sure. But the first time around I did it, the skirt was way too long on me and it looked really frumpy because there's not a lot of volume in it. I've only used one length of fabric, and so I took the skirt off, shortened it by 5 inches, and I've regathered it and attached it to the bodice. And I do like this dress. I will wear it with a belt. There's going to be a clip down here of me wearing it. I will wear it with a belt, but yeah, I love the sleeves, I love the bodice. I was thinking about it, maybe I should have cut a circle skirt out of it with the edges of the circle skirt going across the print, so that they would have been like down the side seams. That could have worked, but hindsight's a wonderful thing, and I didn't have enough of the fabric left, and I'm not sure that I'm going to order another 2 panels just so that I can do that. I might, maybe, but yeah, I will wear this. It's very comfortable. I love the sleeves. Again, everyone's seeing kind of faces in this one, so I kind of got, it's like a little sort of kitteny face on my boobs, but yeah, it's a really, really nice dress, and I'm very happy with it eventually after all that work. But I'm waffling now, so I'll show you the next thing that I finished. So the very first thing that I made this month is the Deer and Doe loop-in jacket, which I'll insert a clip of me wearing down here for you. I'm calling this one a wearable muslin. Having said that, I might actually give it away because I lengthened the bodice by my usual inch, but I didn't do the sleeves, and they're too short. They're 1.5 inches too short, really. So again, that's why it's a wearable muslin. And I might actually make the next size up, although not convinced about that. I love how this went together. I love the look with the faux suede. I've lined it in chocolate biscuit fabric, which I don't know if you can see, so let me take this off and show you. I did do the welts pockets on my first attempt. There's the lining, love this lining. It's probably not slippery enough for the sleeves, but it is brilliant for the body of it, so next time I will make a slightly slippier sleeve lining. Yeah, I didn't do the welt pockets in the side panels. I did do them, and I just hated how it came out because you needed really to press it within an inch of its life to make them behave, and this fabric does not like being pressed at all. So yeah, I just took those out, and in all honesty, I probably wouldn't use the pockets as pockets anyway because it's quite high up and that would just feel weird to me. But yeah, I will make another one of these. I might actually get a slightly darker tan suede or suedette, but yeah, love this, really love this style. I like anything cropped just because of all the silhouettes that I wear have the big skirt, so I like the definition to be right at my waist so it shows off my smallest point, because otherwise I just look huge. But yeah, really pleased with that one, and I will make another one of those. The last thing that I have to show you is the Mccall's cardigan, and I can't remember the number of it, but I will put a picture of the pattern up here for you. I made for you D, I want to say, and again I'm calling this a wearable muslin. I think this is great, I love it. Next time I'm going to make the sleeves a little bit wider, not a lot but just a little bit, so it's easy and comfortable to wear over top of like long sleeve dresses and stuff. I put the collar on the way that they suggested and then top stitched it down, but what I'm going to do next time is put the collar on so that the seam's on the outside and top stitch it down, because that's the way it rolls. You see more of this than you'll ever see of that side. So yeah, I'm going to do it that way around. And also I hemmed it slightly differently to how they suggested, and the bottom bands of the collar were not quite long enough for the way that I wanted to hem it, so I kind of had to fudge it in a little bit there, which not great, but given that it's that full and like I say, a wearable muslin, I can live with that. So yeah, and if I hadn't have pointed it out, I doubt anyone else would have gone, oh my god, bad hemming. So yeah, I love this pattern. I really like that it has definition at the waist. I might actually tack the collar down at the waist point and then put like little hooks and eyes on it so that I can actually do it up at the waist. That's a possibility. Use fur hooks or something. I've got some of those coming, so I might give that a try. But I've definitely got more of these planned. It's a really easy make, and just again, it flatters the kind of clothing that I have, and I think my shape as well. So yeah, the only other thing is that I forgot to film a close-up or a little twirl outside of me wearing this last month, which I promised I would this month, so I'm going to include that for you down here. I love this tunic. It's supposed to be a dress, and that's what I used to make the large rose dress, which I've given to my niece as I made it in the dress length. So I'm going to chop the pattern off to this length, and yeah, from going forward I'll just make this length of these, and there will be more of these because it is just so easy to wear. I love throwing it over jeans or leggings. Yeah, that's everything. I did start the wide leg trousers in the black fabric that I had from the textile centre, and I knew when I cut it out it was too flimsy and I shouldn't have. Thankfully the panels are so wide that I can salvage the fabric to use for something else. I think I'm going to make a Colette sorbetto out of that because I'm part of a sewing club on the island, and that's the challenge for the next meetup. That, however, is next Thursday, I believe, so maybe not. But yeah, I didn't make the wide leg trousers, so I'm probably going to get myself some triple crepe from Sew Over It and make them out of that. I love the triple crepe, and that's what I've made my midi and mini black circle skirts out of, so I think that's probably what I'm going to do at some point. Yeah, so I will stop waffling. That's a lot of stuff. There's a big pile of clothes next to me. I'm really pleased with everything I got made this month. Lots and lots of jersey, but 2 wovens in there, and I really like that the jersey stuff is so quick to make, and I can make a jumper and a dress in a day, so I love that. And it means that I can add more to my sewing list, which you will be seeing in my April sewing plans and fabric haul. There's a lot in there, but because it's so quick and because I know the patterns I'm using, I feel like I will be able to accomplish everything that I've set myself, or at least that's the idea. Anyway, like I say, I will stop waffling. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!